So, all right, we've got basically it's Miami, right? Vice City, we know it's Miami, right? So we've got I think this is the first lead female character they've had in the entire series. So we've got her. I don't even know her name, but it looks like she's going through some stuff. We've got South Beach. All right, we already know what that's about right there. Let's see what else popped out to me. Yeah, you know, it looks like they're gonna have the Glades, the Florida Everglades. You've got more beach life here. Again, this is a cinematic, but I think the models here look very much like what they look like in the prior GTA, which I would have thought they would have made their characters look a little bit more realistic. If that makes sense. Somebody, if y'all know what I'm talking about, but they still look cool. They look cool. I just thought it'd be a little bit more realism with the characters. You got them boys. Hey, in the club. I missed this one. Making it rain Mondays. We in the strip club? Did you realize Michael was there? No, I didn't catch it. I'm running it back to see if I missed anything. Goju, what's up? We in the strip club? Okay. All right. You got the boys, you got South Beach in the club. This looks like the Keys. You know what I'm saying? Some models. And one thing I found interesting is this whole aspect right here. It almost they almost make it look like some kind of a Twitter or some kind of in-game app, like a social media app that they built in to reflect the like the current times. So there's some type of in-game social media component. I don't know whether this is just in the storyline. I'm pretty sure it has to be built into the game. So that's something else that stood out to me. The Florida boys got the wick dreads. Yeah. Look like to me them Haitian boys to me, to be honest. Fighting them gators on the rooftop twerking. This is some city girls. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Hey. That's a solid like 8 out of 10 bounce on that. And the fact that they got that bounce right on the game is crazy, bro. Look at the bounce. That's pretty accurate. That's a pretty good accurate, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice little bounce. You know what I'm saying? Capalot, thank you for the gifts, bro. All right. You got the shorties. Look at it's almost like an IG live. Look at this. Hey, catch your vibes. Finna spin the block with this one. This that shit. Yo, they got all the lingo. This is crazy. All right, what else? You got Gators coming in. You've got SWAT. You got a crazy guy. Hey, no lie. This is some Florida shit right here. Hold up. Where's that? This is all the way some Florida stuff that you would see in the news. Man runs outside naked, avoiding police. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? That's on some more Florida. Then you got the country boys, and then you've got Karens, backyard wrestling, speed chasing getaways, Bonnie and Clyde, car wrecks, some Joker looking dude. Oh, yo, you know who this is? Where's it at? I missed it. Where's he at? Hey, what's that dude in Florida? He's got his face. He's the Joker dude. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Florida man activities for real. Y'all know what I'm talking about? There's that rapper out there in Florida who he did his whole face look like the Joker, all tatted up. I think they tried to base that off of him. I'm guessing. Don't know for sure. You got the bikes in the hood, robbing stores. Definitely gives off Bonnie and Clyde vibes for the storyline. I think that's where this is probably going. Wow. All right, y'all. That is the GTA trailer 1 reveal. Right now it has it only has 112,000 views. I'm shocked. Let me refresh. There's no way. It's already been on an hour. It should be way more than that. No, it's only on that. That's crazy. We waited 10 years for this moment. It's finally here. Wow, an upcoming G60. It looks amazing. I waited my entire life for this moment. Yeah, it seems like the overall pretty positive comments so far, just skimming through them. But again, we didn't really get too much other than maybe some of the environments in that they're going to allow us to get into. Strip club, South Beach, Miami, the Everglades, strip. Did I say strip clubs? I think I said strip clubs. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, all of this clubs. Again, if we're able to go into the interiors to like go into buildings and like explore the actual buildings and there's stuff in there, that'd be lit. I think that'd be the game changer. You know, so you're not just relegated to being outside all the time. You can go into buildings and do stuff. Yeah, man. It gives us a glimpse into what I think is going to be a Bonnie and Clyde kind of a storyline for the single player. And I think what people are really going to be excited for is going to be what we can expect from multiplayer, from the online experience, and especially once word gets out on what it's going to look like for the GTA role players. This is going to be huge for us, that role play, man. Whole new map, modern graphics, the mod support. It's going to be incredible. Super excited about this. This is definitely a dub. So yeah, more to come from Rockstar on GTA 6, man. Hopefully you guys are excited like I am. All right, we're done with that. Let's move on. All right, y'all, let's take a look at this one. My man Gen, very, very dope channel, underrated. Please go sub to his channel. Makes a lot of dope documentary / interview style videos across a broad range of subjects. And he's GEN on YouTube. Sub to the channel. We're gonna check out his latest video. It's called "What Happened to Femininity." Let's see what they have to say in this one.
What do you think is like the ideal role of women in society?
Women should be allowed to be more masculine, feel free to be aggressive.
Women wanting to be like men. There is a lot of anger.
Norms are sort of broken. You can do whatever the hell you want.
In today's day and age, gender norms have been equalized.
Today I'm out here and the question that I'll be asking is, what do you think it means to be feminine today?
And if we're talking about 2023, it means to have female body parts.
It's women empowerment. We are boss ladies.
Expressing yourself with no judgment.
Femininity is chaos, femininity is emotion, and at the same time, it's power.
Do you feel like you have to be a woman to be feminine, or do you feel like you have to be a man to be masculine?
I believe we all have feminine energy.
Honestly, I don't really think there is much of a difference between femininity and masculinity. I work construction, and I'll go on the weekend, bust down and twerk and do whatever, man.
We often hear about toxic masculinity. So in that instance, do you think toxic femininity exists?
The all men like mentality I think a lot of women today have.
I don't think it does, because with patriarchy and just general society, it's often oriented towards male imaging.
What do you think is like the ideal role of women?
She 100% was like piecing that together as she went along, just trying to make something up. There's no way she seriously meant that. Ain't no way.
Women in society.
Whatever you want to be. My girlfriend is a lot more feminine. My sister is a badass, wants to do construction.
What do you think is like the ideal role for men in society?
I think to an extent, like, there should be some traditionality to it.
There's so many guys that I know that have no interest in working, that love kids and just want to stay at home.
What I notice, the straight men that I date, they tend to take on this super hyper masculine role that kind of a cover up for their ego.
It's like today there's a lot of confusion on what femininity is and even what a woman is. And if we can't have conversations that bring understanding, it can only hurt society. But in today's lack of nuance, and as a guy, am I even allowed to explore the topic of femininity without being considered sexist or being called gay? And can we find a balanced approach to gender dynamics, or is it too far gone? I guess we gon' see. Starting with a dating expert with a unique perspective.
My name is Blaine Anderson. I'm the founder and CEO of Dating by Blaine, and I teach men how to build confidence, authentically market themselves, and date women they're excited about.
What do you say to people who say you don't ask fish how to catch fish?
Who better to ask about what women are looking for than a woman? I think it's crazy to think that a woman wouldn't be able to speak to what women are looking for in dating.
What do you think are the big...
No, she's true on that. There's nothing wrong, you know, to ask and say, hey, you know, to get that kind of information. It makes sense. I'm not disputing that.
Biggest struggles that men face in dating, and how does that differ from women?
A desirable woman is going to have a lot of options, so how is any one guy going to stand out?
Good girl, Jen. I see you over there.
The challenge is different. In essence, is how is she going to tell if a guy is the right fit for her and relationship ready?
There's distinct challenges between men and women. I assume that we hold different values as well.
What do you think men generally value in women?
Men value women who don't play it cool and are willing to insert themselves and put themselves out there a little bit, which actually might not fall into the historically feminine category that you would think of.
I'd have to imagine like women are probably asking for help on how to date men. What do you usually tell them and what do they usually come in with?
Women, I want them to realize that who they're attracted to may not be the person who is going to make a good partner.
That's actually probably the most base shit I've heard, and coming from her, because it's so true. You know how many times I've seen, and I'm sure we have seen on social media or just out and about in life, family, whatever, of someone, or maybe a friend, someone that you know or have seen that goes after someone that has a look because they like the look of them, but that person isn't right for them because they don't have those other things that person needs. Does that make sense? Like, a lot of people just chase after a lot of the very superficial / visual stuff, and they'll go after that, and the whole time they're not looking they're not looking deeper into it to see, does this person have anything more than just what you see and just what you know at face value. And I think a lot of times when people come out of bad relationships or they're like habitual daters, and you ask them, like, describe the last couple of people you dated, you'll start to pick up like a trend as they describe them all. There's an archetype there, and you start to realize, like, you just got shitty mate selection abilities. Like, you're just not picking your people right because you're basing it off of how they look largely, and you're not thinking about, do they offer stability? Are they a good person? Are they kind or loving? Do they care? Those things that I think will hold on a lot longer. And so people get lost in it, and then they cry about, I can't find anybody.
With a lot of really great guys who are continually hearing, oh, you're such a nice guy, but I didn't feel a spark.
Jay said they date the same guy in different bodies. Yeah, it's essentially, yeah. That's kind of what it comes to, right? That's the whole idea of this archetype. The guys are all the same, yet they're different. On if that makes sense. We see that a lot. This goes for both sides. I've seen guys that date the same type of women, and like, bro, you're crying about these money hungry hoes, and yet all you're talking to are money hungry hoes. So go find you the girl that's sitting at Starbucks reading a book. Go find the chick that's at the beauty supply store gathering material. You know what I'm saying? Like, go somewhere else, change the environment up. You'll find different women there that aren't on that same shit. But if all you're doing is pulling hoes from the club, bro, they gonna be, generally speaking, around the same kind of a vibe amongst them. You know what I'm saying? So you got to change and get out of your comfort circle. This goes for all people, like everyone. If you notice that you got bad situations going, you're almost dating the same type of person, just they look different, you need to change where you're going to meet them, because that's pretty much what's happening. You're in your own little bubble, and you're dating in these confines, and you're finding the same people. Yeah, it applies to men and women, absolutely. Moon has a cult. What are you talking about?
Women need to give a chance for that to build, because it can build,
Kathy,
and the person who you have the spark with might not be a good long-term partner.
Seems like both genders can benefit.
Hold on, Kathy said, at this point, I want to know their MBTI personality type, attachment style, love languages, etc. You know what? It's actually not a bad idea, right? I think at this point, dating really needs to just be an application process where you fill in all of these questions, and someone like compares and like lays them over. I guess that's what matchmakers do in some aspects, but
from taking on different roles. And so we'll come back to blame, but I was more so curious on the dating lives of the streets. How old are you, and what has your dating experience been like recently?
I'm 26, and dating apps are just like ready for the next step, but like, oh my God, left.
I'm 18. I'm very, very busy with school, so I don't really have time to date. A lot of times it's expected of the guy to do a lot of the work in the relationship and like ask women, like ask them out or whatever. I feel like a lot of people are struggling to have like genuine connections with people.
What do you think men value in women?
Big tits? No. They really value how women can be so in touch with their emotions and their feelings.
Someone who's nurturing and a good listener.
Yeah.
Men are a little less good at describing their emotions.
That makes sense because I feel like sometimes I make myself so busy so I don't have to feel emotions. Sometimes just like being around my girlfriend, it like allows me to relax more, if that makes sense. What do you think women value in men?
And a nice like 6'2".
6 figures?
Yeah, 6-figure salary. Yeah.
I think women value men that know what they want, be able to be vulnerable too. Not to say like be crying on their shoulder every day, but showing them glimpses that you can be vulnerable and that you can be trustworthy. And ultimately, I think most women just want safety.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a huge range of what the both feminine and masculine value, but I think what both can agree on is that they both like personalized gifts. What do you think?
Oh yes, of course.
I love a good gift.
When's the last time you gave like a customized present to someone you care about?
To a man? No. Ask her when you got it for a man. Ask her when the last time she got a gift for a man, not a family member, man, but like a you know.
A while, I think.
I mean, it's very hard to like build out like a customized gift. Well, you're in luck because Kiddo Print makes it easy to print on demand, from designing your favorite hoodies, t-shirts,
Nice
and more,
plug.
to holding your finished product right at your doorstep. Do you want to go try it out? Just like a personalized gift, every relationship has a unique dynamic. But what's common amongst most today is a lack of trust between the masculine and the feminine. So
hold on, I see in chat they said referencing emotional intelligence. Can someone explain or define what exactly emotional intelligence is? I can't talk on a Monday, because a lot of times it's always brought up as a requirement, or rather more oftentimes a knock on men, is that they're not emotionally intelligent. So can we have that explained? I'm curious to see how the interpretation is here on that word. But it's hard to be with a woman that is good to you and educated, but looks like precious. Here's the thing. I mean, at some level, we all need attraction. You have to be attracted. You're right. Because if you're not attracted, they could be an amazing person. But if you're not truly attracted to them, it's going to lead to issues. We all know that in a relationship, intimacy and finances are like two of the biggest causes of breakup, divorces, stuff like that. So you need to have the intimacy in check, and that's only going to really come is if you are attracted and want your partner. So I get that part. You know what I'm saying? Any comments on the emotional intelligence? Anybody? Nobody. Everybody's quiet at this point. Okay. All right.
curious on how valid that concern was. Have you ever cheated?
I've been cheated on, but I've never cheated.
No, but I've been cheated on.
So before I came out as gay, I was dating a boy and I made out with a girl at school and he found out and told the whole school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think men or women cheat more?
Men cheat.
I think the stereotype is men cheat more.
And although it's probably very hard to prove this because who the hell is gonna admit to cheating? That's like breaking the #1 rule of becoming a good cheater. But it seems like at least based on this statistic, men do cheat more than women. But even if men are better cheaters, when it comes to making money on OF, women are clear. Many women have been incredibly successful on the platform like Corinna Koff.
48 hours.
Oh my fuck.
I made a little over $1 million.
And even though most are making only $150 a month, some broke university students are making upwards of tens of thousands a month. But besides all that, it raises the question, is this female empowerment or is it ruining their lives? One side argues that it gives women an ability to share content and challenge taboos around body positivity.
If there are women who have been told that their sexuality is something that they should be ashamed of, absolutely it's empowering.
While the other side argues that it takes away their true femininity and contributes to the social perception of women as sexual objects. Feminist legal scholar Catherine McKinnon argued that OF is a pimp and that is an instrument of patriarchal oppression. But with everything these days either over-exaggerated or under-reported, I had to assume that most women weren't even considering this path. So
I will say I've done a couple of videos on my other channel, the Mind of MoonDawg, which by the way, it's on YouTube. Check it all out. It's standalone commentary videos across a wide spectrum of topics. But I covered a couple of videos of some OnlyFans models that came out and said they regretted it. They had like breakdowns because of how it completely ruined their life and changed their lives and stuff like that. So that can very much be a thing. There's also a lot of information out there that says that for the vast majority of OF, women that do OF, they're like they said here in the thing, they're only making a couple $100 a month, 150, I think, whatever they said. They're not making a lot. It takes a lot to be a top tier creator. Even in the sex worker space, you got to be on top of your marketing. You got to have some kind of a niche thing that you're doing that drives people to you. Otherwise, you're just doing the regular stuff that most other people are doing. You're just like in a wave of women with tits and ass everywhere. Like, there's got to be something unique about you to drive and be in that top 0.1% that some of those creators, you know, tout on their Twitter and stuff like that. So it really presents this conundrum where, are you willing to risk the future of your life for this? You know what I'm saying? And I think the other part about this too that no one talks about is that it definitely is taking advantage of men. Men in particularly that are lonely, that have issues interacting with women, that they have to resort to you know, porn and stuff to fulfill their desires and stuff like that. So like there's a whole nother side to this too, which is, you know, very interesting, that can be talked about forever. Escobar, what's up? Thank you for the gift, bro. No comment because people ain't trying to get canceled. Okay, Kathy said the capacity to be aware, control, and express one's emotions and to handle interpersonal relationship judiciously and empathetically. All right, thank you for copy pasting the definition off of Google. All right, let's catch back up on comments. All right, I think we're good. What else do we have here? But it's hard to be with a woman that is good to you and educated. Okay, I saw that. Okay, I caught up on the comments. Let's go.
Wanted to test that theory.
What's up, Kay?
What do you guys think about OnlyFans? Have you guys ever thought about making an OnlyFans yourself?
Yes. So many times. Yes, 100%.
Why have you thought so, and why haven't you?
I'm an EMT, so I've been broke forever.
I don't know. Easy money, man. Like, we all for free. Why not for some money?
Oh, I don't know, because I feel like it's gotten relatively common, and I think there are ways to do it that could be safe, but I'm also 30 and I know what the ramifications are. I think I get nervous when younger people make OnlyFans just because maybe they don't realize that that's gonna be on the internet forever.
Forever. Your cheeks getting clapped is on the internet forever. When you have kids and then they grow up and then the other kids is like, oh, we saw your mom getting her cheeks clapped. Your kids, like, there's so many other aspects to it. It's, you know, and to each their own, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a big thing to, you know what I mean? To not take into account.
I'm gonna say it was more than I thought. But when you consider the impact of money on individuals and the decisions that we make, is it a surprise? And so I wanted to keep exploring to see how economic and social pressures are influencing what femininity means today. How do you think modern feminism has impacted gender roles today?
I'm a feminist. Like, I'm all for women's rights. There's a large part of the feminist movement which...
By the way, I think most men, from a technical standpoint, are feminists. I would say I'm feminist in that I believe women should have equal rights. They should be able to do this, you know, want to go vote and do this. Hey, go ahead. I got a daughter. I want to be able to do whatever she wants to do, right? So I think in that regard, I think most men are cool with supporting women in that they have the ability to pursue the same kinds of things that we're able to pursue. And that's it. So, you know,
takes it too
I
far.
don't think it's a big
Do
deal.
you feel like you identify as a feminist then?
I feel like feminism is very rooted in women wanting to be like men. There is a lot of an underlying tone of like rage and like anger, and what I don't like about it also is like the separation it creates between feminine and masculine.
I think the like norms are sort of broken, and like, you're gonna be a great mom one day. Yeah. It's like, no, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Maybe gender roles are a lot more interchangeable now.
By the way, let me just clarify that what I said right there about the feminism thing, I'm meaning it from the very just basic concept of it all. Because then you get into like first, second, third wave feminism, which is like, to me, shit becomes really unhinged. And I think that's where he hasn't mentioned it just yet, but I think he's asking the questions that are surrounding it, which is, I think third wave feminism tends to come across as if we want to fight for our rights while shitting on men in the process. And it's like, wait, why you got to shit on us in the process of you trying to get what you want? Like that's where I'm like, this kind of don't make sense. Like why you got to shit on somebody else when you're trying to get what you're trying to get type shit. You know what I mean? I wholly support women, but the whole feminazi thing is too much. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm speaking to. It's like when you get into like third wave feminism, and it's like it's honestly obnoxious. Like everything is so much of a, again, it's like an attack on men, man. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm like, yo, I'm cool with all y'all doing what you want to do, but like, why do you got to try and shit on us on in the process of you trying to get what you want? Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? It's right without responsibility, which is wrong. Yes. I mean, there's this common conversation talking point around voting. Women have the right to vote, yet they don't have skin in the game. If we're being completely objective about this, they don't have skin in the game because unlike men, women don't have to go into the selective service. Women can't be called in to fight and drafted if we ever got to that point the same way that men do, and it's our responsibility as part of voting. You have to be able to do this, and it's crazy because throughout all this period since women have been allowed to vote, that has never changed for them. I'm not suggesting that it should, but I'm merely pointing out the differences. Like we got more skin in the game. Our lives are on the line for this right, and they get it without the responsibility. You know what I mean?
How do you think that's impacting dating?
I work with a lot of women, in their dating lives. One of the things that comes up the most is how
that's where you get lost. Like what?
To my feminine, at the same time protect myself. Hold strong boundaries without being too masculine.
Yeah, it seems like the underlying word is like confusion, which is leading to either not knowing how to act maybe. And with that confusion, I was curious on how a multi-million-dollar dating expert was approaching balance.
I'm married. Obviously, I work. I have a business, so it's not like I'm a stay-at-home homemaker, but just naturally, like what I take on around the house and what I like to do is the more traditional feminine roles. I am more nurturing, where my husband maybe has some of the more masculine associated roles.
So it seems like anything, balance is key, and that it looks different based on each individual's choices. But in a society with a lack of nuance, is achieving balance an easy thing to do today? Because again, what does femininity look like in the economic climate of today? Because even though there's still work to be done, women have made significant progress in the workplace worldwide.
At this point, there's nothing women can't do that men can't do. From like a legal and freedom, women have all the same. Right? Can anybody point to anything that women can't do right now that men still do? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure right now a woman could do anything that a man can do, has a right to do anything, vote, do this, participate in this, that, and the other. If she wanted to go work an oil rig, she can go apply and work. She's got to be, qualified for it, right? But I'm pretty sure at this point, there's nothing that women couldn't do. You know what I'm saying?
To a pivotal 2018 legislation, Iceland is leading the way. Companies employing 25 or more workers are required to show proof of equal pay, and non-compliance leads to a $500 a day fine. But despite this policy, there's criticism.
People ask the purpose of such an action. It is to demonstrate how important the work contribution of women is to society.
It's about gender equality. We've been fighting for it for decades.
Women don't work. Nothing works.
And on October 24, 2023, 100,000 people, including the Prime Minister, Katrin Jakobsdottir, went on a 24-hour strike of women not working.
It disrupted much of society, everything from schools to banks to public offices.
Shops, banks and schools across the Nordic nation were shut or opened for shorter hours as female staff stayed home.
And with many sectors shutting down, it showed just how crucial women are in the economy, especially in female-dominated industries. And with a surge of global communities like Natalie Ellis's Boss Babes, there's also been an increase in acceptance worldwide toward female entrepreneurs. But of course, there's also been some backlash.
And you may sit here and think that your career matters, but the truth is that when you're 52 and you're past it in a house by yourself, do you think the fact that you can afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy?
So it's clear that women are becoming just as involved as men in the worldwide economy. But with more time at work, whether it be through desire or necessity, how is it impacting the future of families? Do you guys want kids?
I think so. I want a big old family.
What would you like when you have a family?
A man who could pay my bills.
Do you want kids?
Yes.
Do you think like people around your age share it?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. The biggest turnoff right now is when women lead with the whole pay my bills. it makes everything sound transactional. Like from a man's perspective, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, man, do you really genuinely fuck with me, or is it just because I can take care of you? No one wants to feel like you're providing, you're doing this just because you benefit them. It's not authentic. And I think that puts off a lot of guys too. I think that's a lot of the argument, or it's at least at the basis of the argument that you see men when they criticize women in these $500 first date commentaries that happen to pop up on TikTok and Twitter all the time. It's like, yo, I'm not paying for that. Why? It's not that I don't got the bread. It's because, yo, like, I'm not going to be used. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at least make me feel like you fuck with me. And if it's there, then you're good. You're not trip. But it seems like right now, everything is so transactional. You know what I mean? Like people just at this point, more people just need to just go into sex work and just offer their services for a fee and do it that way. Cause that's what they're trying to do without actually doing it. Oh, I need to make sure he could take care of me. Oh, what the fuck? It's crazy. Is it me? Most people don't get that once you're married, you both become one. You're supposed to in theory, D-man. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But I'm telling you, as a man, and here's the thing, y'all, you know, and at the height of my career in the radio and the hip hop music industry, I'm out every night in the clubs, in all these high profile places and events and stuff like that. And I saw all the women. Before all this became talking points, I've seen them like they will literally hunt motherfuckers down in the clubs. When they see somebody, they like acquire a target, they lock on, and then I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it. And it's a certain type of woman. Like, let me be clear. It's a certain type of woman that has done this, but I've seen it. And because I seen it, it made me kind of jaded in a way that I've been, I'll be more standoffish with a woman until I feel I know what she wants. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it authentic, or is it like she trying to finesse type shit? You know what I mean? You gotta, and I think that's what I would offer men, you know, don't be thirsty. One, women don't like when you're thirsty. Two, give yourself a chance to like feel her out, bro. So you know if she's genuinely cares and likes you. And if she does, then take care of her, bro. Do what you got to do to show her love and look after her and shit like that. But there's people out here that don't deserve that shit. Real talk.
That desire.
I know a lot of my friends are delaying the choice, but they're still wanting to have a family eventually.
And out here, like Kennego said, I feel like all women like for a guy that can hold them down financially and all. Yes, here's the thing. I'm not saying that inherently is wrong. Absolutely, it's fine for women to want to be able to be with a guy that can contribute financially, whether it's all of it or they go 50-50, whatever they decide to do in the relationship. Totally fine. I'm not saying that's an issue. What I'm saying is when they lead with, I just want a guy that's going to take care of me. So basically any motherfucker will do. Like, what the fuck is that about? You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's a crazy concept. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in currently. The diamonds are out there. Buried deep, though. True. That's true, Riku.
Like half of my girlfriends back there want kids, but the other half vehemently don't want children. Now, if a woman doesn't want kids, she's not wrong for making that decision. She's empowered for it.
Do you think that's maybe leading down a path of maybe devaluing the family unit?
I think having kids is really expensive to raise a child in modern day America. I mean, we're gonna have a major issue caring for older adults when we have fewer kids being born. But if women don't want to have kids, that's their decision.
Here's the thing. I've talked about this before. Women absolutely have full right to decide whether or not they want a kid or not. The problem is, from a macro view, there's been stories and reports coming out that Gen Z women in particular, some millennial women, the younger end of the millennial women, and then like a lot more Gen Zers women are anti-kid. Like they don't want to have kids. They don't ever want to have kids. They just focus on work and all that stuff. Again, on an individual basis, God bless, it's your choice, totally fine. But from a macro level, from a societal level, this is problematic, y'all. If we don't have enough babies born, and it's gonna be, it can lay the foundation for society crumbling. Japan is at the forefront of this whole thing because their death rate is outpacing the birth rate. Society can fall apart that way. So from a societal standpoint, it's not really good if there's not children being born, families, together and stuff like that. So it does present an interesting thought as to where this is going to lead in the next 10, 20 years. You know what I'm saying? If there's not enough kids being born, you know.
Even with more women working, it's to a point where dual incomes aren't.
Oh, and the other thing too is when they're saying it's expensive to have a kid right now. Bro, you don't think in the 1920s during the Great Depression it wasn't hard to have a kid? I think it's hard to have a child any point in history. You know what I'm saying? If you lived in the barbarian days, I'm sure it was fucking difficult to have a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure in the 1800s it was difficult to have. I think at any point in our history, having children is inherently a difficult task to do. And when you factor that in with whatever your life situation is, whether you're super poor, well, you know, if you're rich, it's a bit different, but there's still a level of work that goes into raising your children, so that they're not complete waste to society, right? No one wants to raise a kid and then be like the black sheep child or the child that becomes a criminal, or you know what I mean, like one of those types. So for them to be like, well, it's hard, it's expensive to have a kid now. I think it's expensive to have a kid at any point in history.
Becoming enough. And so even if the desire for family is there, in many ways the economic climate is preventing it. But when many millennial women say they prefer a pet over a kid, is it actually more so the social pressure that's influencing the decision? Because seriously, what explains the stark differences between generations? Your guys' parents together or divorced?
Mine are together.
Yeah, both together.
What were your guys' like parents' gender roles like?
Was like the homemaker. My dad was in the military, so he was deployed a lot of the time. It was kind of forced a little bit.
So there wasn't like as much choice as there might be today. Yeah. What would you like when you have a family?
A man who could pay my bills.
So you want kind of the similar thing?
I will stay at home. If he's out there making money, bringing home the bread, the bacon, I'll do whatever he needs.
And so is change always a good thing? Because when the pursuit of equality brings about choices that lead to confusion, how can we achieve that balance?
It seems like you struck that balance well, just based on how you described it. You run a business. I guess in your own relationship, maybe you like to show up in a different way. It seems like you're kind of an example of that based on what you've described.
I don't think there's obviously a right or a wrong way. Like there might be men who want to show up in a more feminine way at home, but still want to be the breadwinner and work really hard, or vice versa.
Do you think traditional values then are positive or negative to society?
You know, sort of having a blueprint can be great, but if people are forced into that role, then it's obviously going to have a negative effect in their mental health. People have the best idea of who they are and who they're meant to be, and allowing them to follow that, whether it's within dating or career, is the best bet for society.
And that's another banger from a man, Gen. What happened to Femininity? Make sure you check him out again and sub to his channel. Overall, yeah, man, great video. I think, you know, as that one guy towards the end said here about there should definitely be equality under the law, and that's the foundation for all of us. 100% agree. Women should have their rights and protections just as much as men have them currently, and that should be standard. But I think it's important that we understand that there are differences, and it's not bad, yo. Like, you have to think about however you want to think about how we got here in this world as a species, whether you believed it was through God or any way, just the fact that we are here and how we evolved. We evolved in a way that we are connected. Like, we need each other to move forward and to keep our species alive. We were designed in a way that where men are a certain way and have what they got, and women are another way, and I'm talking about like emotionally and mentally and behaviors, so on and so forth, and physically and stuff like that. There's differences, and we complement each other, and we work better together. And I think if we start to just embrace that, and there's nothing wrong with being different. I don't understand why there's some angles to the third wave feminism is trying to like erase that and make it seem as though we're all the way equal across the board. We're like, no, we're just factually not. We're different biologically, mentally, emotionally. There's differences there, and I get how a woman can be annoyed by a guy who because he is not as thoughtful as, say, a woman would be, or forgetful. I get it, you know, and I get how a man can be annoyed with a woman who's just naggy and, you know, blah, 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 like talking too much and like, oh, chill out. Like, I don't, you know, I get it. We all do things that annoy each other, but at the end of the day, we are better off together. And I think it's important to find a way to make it work in whatever kind of relationship you are looking for. Find the people, find the person that is understanding and shares similar views. It doesn't have to be every view the same, right? But share some similar views with you, and then just work through that process of figuring out how you best two can come together to make that work, bro. I think that's the real, goal of it all that maybe not everyone thinks about. You know what I'm saying? Just my thoughts. Where do you find these videos? Just on YouTube, a lot of different channels I find. The funny thing is, y'all, before I started doing these live with you, this is what I would spend my time watching. I barely watch any of the streaming services anymore. In fact, the only one I still have is Netflix. It's the only one I like. Everything else I canceled. There's so much great content on YouTube from creators you can learn from, introspective stuff that makes you think about things. So a lot of the stuff I'm watching with you now is stuff that I would watch by myself, but I'm like, you know what, let me share this with y'all. And whoever's interested in it with me, because I know not everybody's gonna be interested in the same things I am, but whoever is, because I'm sure there's others out there, and then it allows us to watch together, like a watch party, and then talk about it and shit. Maybe through the exchange of the conversation, ideas could be, you know, shared, and it enlightens us in a way. You know what I'm saying? All of us, because I'm always learning. You know what I mean? I don't claim to know it all, but I do know a lot, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Just from life experiences and stuff like that. So it's kind of my angle on it all. Yo, 2 Raw, what's up, man? All right, let's keep it moving, y'all. I want to take a look at this one specifically because of some artists in here. All right, y'all, let's take a look at this latest video from Patrick CC. Another incredible. He does a lot of video essay style content on YouTube. Sub to his channel, Patrick CC. This one he just dropped called "Rappers Who Could Have Easily Prevented Their Downfall." I saw Chance in here. I'm from Chicago. For those of you that may not know my background, since 05, I had my career in radio and hip hop in Chicago here. #1 radio show on WGCI in Chicago for over a decade, and mixtapes. Like, you know, I don't even like to talk about it because I don't feel like I'm gassing myself up, but I did a lot, and I did a lot for Chicago music specifically. I gave the people Chief Keef, Lil Durk, Chance, G Herbo, Bibby, all the Chicago artists that y'all know about. I played a part in their success early on. So I want to see what this has to say about rappers who could have prevented the downfall, and maybe share my thoughts on what's going on here with them.
A successful rap career is extremely hard to obtain, yet very easy to destroy. One mistake, one bad album, one tweet could start a ripple effect that leads a rapper to fade into irrelevance. Today we are going to look at the stories of rappers whose careers dwindled for reasons they likely could have prevented, starting with Superstar Pride, a rapper who had the fastest and most ironic rise and fall of all time. Many of you heard Superstar Pride briefly in 2023 when his song Painting Pictures went viral. However, it wasn't necessarily viral for the song, but rather his obscure mullet-style haircut. The crazy part about this track is that it was originally uploaded in 2020 and went unnoticed.
And mama, don't worry, you raised the...
Then 2 years later, when he uploaded the live mic performance video to Painting Pictures, it also fell on deaf ears. It wasn't until 5 months after the music video dropped, February of 2023, that Pride casually created a TikTok, posted the music video snippet, and it blew up. The first clip he posted got 10 million views. The second one did over 40 million views. Bro got the Sonic haircut. Bro looked like he got screamed at. Bro's haircut was 50% off. Nobody was talking about the song, just his hair. Then a viral trend emerged of people imitating his video with something ridiculous taped to the back of their head, which could not be outdone when someone managed to get an entire airplane strapped.
I saw that one. I forgot about this one. I saw this one. I laughed so hard. I saw this, but this is when I was still getting my feet situated on my funny TikTok and Reel reaction videos. I never reacted to this one, but I saw this. This one was like Bravo. This one was like straight up bravo when he did the airplane, bro. Nobody could defeat him with this one. No one.
To their head. The opening line, Mama Don't Worry, was also getting stuck in people's heads, which led to the song amassing 160 million streams on Spotify and over 30 million on YouTube. Painting Pictures shot up to number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100, and every major label got into a bidding war trying to sign him, but he sided with Steve Stout and his independent structured music label, United Masters.
Okay. And he wanted like $5 million from a label, and when they didn't give him $5 million, they were offering him $3 million. He's like, if it ain't 5, I'm not signing it. I'm like, what?
Pride let his ego.
That's crazy because you got nothing to back up that demand for 5. On top of that, that $3 million is recoupable. You like, oh, don't get me started on the back end of this business stuff that so many of these artists make a huge mistake. Oh, you want 3? They'll give it to you up front, but guess what? Now you're indebted to them until they recoup every dollar.
Get the best of him, refusing $3 million for wanting $5 million. 3 weeks after refusing the record deal, he was arrested for murder.
A Mississippi rapper is charged with murder.
I didn't know this.
In Genola County, 20-year-old Kadarius Pride, known as Superstar Pride.
The victim, Marcus Wheatley, was Pride's barber, likely responsible for his signature hairstyle.
So he shot him up for the 50-50 cut? I guess I understand why he did. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that's bad.
Wheatley's grandmother said Pride stormed into their house and gunned him down in the backyard. Currently, Pride is being held without bond and doesn't have a trial set. Nobody knows what happened or why it happened. But a rapper going viral for his ridiculous haircut in February, then allegedly murdering his barber a few months later after denying $3 million is the most insane self-sabotage I have ever seen. And if you thought Pride's story was a poetically ironic form of self-sabotage, meet Chance the Rapper.
Oh no, not Chance. Is he gonna go in on Chano? Oh, I gotta see what he has to say here because I know Chance. You know what I'm saying? I know Chance and his brother Taylor. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be interesting. There's been so much talk about Chance when he first came into the industry that he's a plant. I'm gonna talk about it at the end of whatever. At the end of him talking about Chance here, about this because there's a very interesting thing about it that I don't think the general public knows about Chance.
Who once famously said, I met Kanye West, I am never going to fail, but still managed to fail. Chance the Rapper's 2013 mixtape, Acid Rap, was universally praised by hip-hop fans.
Incredible.
His raspy voice and sprinkle of soul combined with his youthful, positive energy made this project a masterpiece. Tracks like Cocoa Butter Kisses and Favorite Song have aged like fine wine. But Chance was in no rush to capitalize on his buzz. He worked on his next mixtape for 3 years. He had the whole city of Chicago rooting for him and garnered support from the biggest artists in the world.
When I tell you Chance had Chicago on lock, when I tell you that boy could do whatever he wanted in Chicago, in my city, you know what I'm saying? He could do whatever he wanted. Whatever he wanted. That's how big he was here in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Arguably bigger than Kanye at the time of all this happening.
World, including Kanye West, who featured Chance on his 2016 album, The Life of Pablo. Chance's part on Ultralight Beam is one of the biggest highlights of the project. Coloring Book was his 2016 mixtape that served as the perfect follow-up to Acid Rap. Chance's cadence, soulful lyrics, and euphoric beat selection was unlike anyone else in hip-hop at the time, especially on tracks No Problem and All We Got. He earned a Grammy for Best New Artist, and some people even believed he could give Drake a run for his money, but then he blew it. And I'm gonna blow you away when you hear about today's sponsor.
Not Taylor. What did Taylor do? He got, I think he got some stuff. Let's skip ahead a little bit.
Triller to capitalize on the Whoa TikTok song that was heavily marketed on Triller to capitalize on the Whoa DC for a first deposit match up to $100. It makes the NFL even more interesting for me, so rep your team.
Nico, what's up?
With Underdog. Starting with a track
what's up,
called
guy?
Groceries, a corny TikTok song that was heavily marketed on Triller to capitalize on the Whoa dance craze. The song went viral, but when fans criticized it on Twitter, his responses would put a nasty stain on his reputation. People have different tastes and that's fine, but the way you're talking to fans who have been with you since 10 days disappointing, and that ego reflects in the quality of your newest music. Eat it. You are a spoiled child who thinks artists are making music for you. I never intended for you to find or like anything I made. If I knew you existed, I would have tried my hardest to keep you from being able to enjoy it. Now go eat a dick again. Then Chance over and over again told the fan to eat a dick. This interaction was a far cry from the positive and wholesome Chance the Rapper fans loved. Then he dropped his debut album, The Big Day, on July 26, 2019. The Big Day was a reference to his wedding day, which he was planning during the creation of this album. Chance mentions his wife and family over 20 times on the record, which became
a meme. Everyone was talking about, I love my wife, I love my wife, I love my wife. It was a meme.
A huge meme.
Yeah.
And while his intentions were pure, the album simply was not good.
I am genuinely feeling like a strong 0 on this record.
Fans hated the project as well, and were quick to let him know. On Twitter, Chance would block anyone who poked fun at him or said anything negative about the album. With the influx of hate, he responded with extreme measures. I'm getting this crazy feeling that people want me to end it. These desperate tweets combined with his lazy album would lead to him canceling his 32-city arena tour, saying that he was instead going to focus on spending time with his family, which again sounds understandable, but it was a lie. The tour was actually canceled due to, quote, historically low ticket sales, according to his now ex-manager Pat Corcoran.
I remember Pat. I haven't talked to that guy in forever.
Chance fired his manager, then blamed him for fan disappointment in The Big Day and underwhelming fan support for its associated tour.
Here's the thing, man. Pat was with Chance from the beginning, and like Pat from, if I remember correctly, Pat found Chance when Chance was still in high school. He was rocking with Chance when Chance was still in high school when all this started happening. He was with Chance from the beginning, and he rode with him for years. And I do remember this whole controversy happening and hearing through the grapevine that it was because the performance of the ticket sales weren't looking that good. And so they pulled the plug on the tour. He comes out and says, I just want to spend time with my family. I now that I'm hearing this again, I'm remembering that time period when all this was kind of going out there. And I remember at the radio station, we was all like, damn, man, like, what's going on? Because it just seemed like there was a disconnect in this camp. Because up to that time, they was running on full cylinders, full cylinders. But whatever transpired here, I remember with Pat being fired and him not being there. I don't remember if I talked to Pat after that happened. I can't remember. I want to say we talked, but it might not have been about Chance, but it turned into a very different thing. I think Pat was super underrated in Chance's success up to that point, because after that, without Pat, he ended up turning to his family and like Taylor, his younger brother, and they were all kind of just doing things. I don't think he brought in a new like manager. I think they were trying to just do it themselves at that point.
Corcoran would go on to file a lawsuit in November of 2020 against Chance the Rapper for breach of contract, stating that he is owed over $2.5 million in reimbursed expenses for supporting and promoting Chance's career. In addition,
he took care of him early on when they were trying to get off the ground.
$3 million for unpaid commissions and 15% of Chance's net profit across all business earnings. The lawsuit also revealed that Chance started working on his album in February of 2019, which was only 5 months before it was released. His manager knew there was not enough time for the creative process that was involved in releasing an album. Chance's recording efforts were compromised by unproductive and undisciplined studio sessions, procrastination, and lackadaisical effort, which explains why there are terrible lyrics throughout this record. If you blink it, you might miss it, you gotta click it or tick it. Life is short as a midget, but mine's a little LeBron. And how could we forget?
Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly with a peanut butter jelly. Y'all ain't ready for the jelly, it'll break y'all back.
Chance let his own ego squander his career. He couldn't just admit that he made his fans wait 3 years for a bad album that was rushed out in 5 months, and the way he responded to them on Twitter was just childish. From here, all his hype died. On the other hand, if he stepped out of the limelight to genuinely focus on his family, that's respectable. Maybe that's something we should celebrate rather than see as a downfall. But Chance wasn't the only rapper whose Twitter fingers started their downfall.
So before we jump into the next one, the thing about Chance though is many people don't know that he comes from a prominent family. His father, Ken, was the deputy, under Rahm Emanuel, under Mayor Rahm Emanuel. He was the deputy chief of staff, He was the chief of staff. So here you have Chance, the son of the chief of staff for the mayor of Chicago. He starts bubbling. He starts popping off, and all of a sudden Chance was able to do things in Chicago that no artist could do. So there was a lot of talks, and people were like, yo, the only reason he's able to do this is because of his dad, who his connections were. He was able to go and perform. He was able to go on top of the L, which, if you don't know what the L is here in Chicago, it's the train that's elevated up high on the tracks and stuff. he was able to like film up there, do all these promotions that like, no one has ever done this before. No other rapper, not Kanye, not Twista, not Common. No one has done these kinds of things that he was doing. And so like there was, he has like the connects. Not saying it's wrong, just saying like he had the connects through the family. So he was headlining, festivals and stuff. Like he really had a leg up. And I'm not saying that to take anything away from him, but it certainly helped in his image in Chicago and helped grow him. And the thing with Pat happened since then. Chance has been really quiet, and who knows what's going to happen with that. All it takes is for one album or one hot song to change all of that opinion, and everyone's back on the Chance fan bus. But I will say that in general, Chance has always received a lot of hate from people at large because of the belief that he's an industry plant. You know what I'm saying? He was able to do all of these things, and people believed like it was an industry plant. It wasn't as independent as he has led it to believe. I can't say for certain whether one way or the other. I can see how people can see it and be like, oh, you're just a plant and all this stuff like that. I've been in the studio with Chance. I've seen him work and write and all that stuff. I think he's very capable. Who knows what's going on in his head and where that disconnect is. Sometimes you just need a new team around you to help get you in the right direction. And it definitely seems that once Pat left, the cookie started crumbling, But again, that could change at any moment. It could come back tomorrow with a new hit or a new album or a new EP or a mixtape that just reconnects. I think the best thing Chance can do, and I don't know if you see this or not, but bro, just take it back to the basics. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do whether it's in sports, music, any kind of art. If you feel stuck and you're blocked, just take it back to the basics. By that meaning, just get back to what you loved about it. Keep it simple and have fun. Try and have fun with it again, and that's where the magic can happen. And I would love to see my dog Chance, back up again. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna support my Chicago artists, man. Even to this day, even though I'm not actively in the music scene like that anymore, I still want to see all my homies thriving. Like I like Lil Durk. I'm so proud of my little bro. I'm telling y'all, I was in the trenches with Durk in the hood, in his apartment. This is when his first son was still a baby. I came over. He had me come over to help him record a track and all that stuff. And I distinctly remember leaving out. He's like, yo, Moon, I appreciate you. He tried to give me some bread for it, and I was like, nah, I don't want your money, bro. You're good. I remember it. He tried to give me money for looking out for him. And I knew at that moment, because I never said I was going to come and do it for no bread. I fuck with him. I saw Durk was going to be a star, a superstar. And I'm talking about in the hood, in the trenches, before any of this shit took off. I'm like, I know you're going to be a star. I saw what it was. I'm going to come do it off the love, bro. And he offered money. And that's how I knew. I was like, yo, this is a stand-up dude. Because even though I said, I'm just come do this shit, I ain't charging for shit, he still offered. I'm like, that says a lot about a person. You know what I'm saying? It says a lot about a person. But I say all that to say, like, hopefully Chance can come back, man. I don't think it's a fall off. I think he's just taking a break. At any point, any of these musicians could come out with a song and it changes the game again. You know what I mean?
In the case of OG Mako, he pretty much forced everyone to hate him because of his tweets. In 2014, OG Mako had a ton of momentum after his song You Guessed It went viral on Vine.
That was a big one.
This track was unlike anything we had ever heard at the time. Before mumble rap took over, we had OG Mako screaming insane ad-libs over the most simplistic, hard-hitting trap beat. He had a darker, more rock-like aesthetic and even called himself not a rapper, but a rock star. The song reached number 90 on the Billboard Hot 100, and he could even be credited with inspiring many rappers after him. It definitely inspired Keith Ape, who just released a track called Itjima that sounded suspiciously similar.
Who is that?
Just listen to them at the same time. OG Mako tweeted, "I'm aware of the Koreans that mocked me and took my sauce. I'm not impressed. I'm not inspired. I think it's kinda lame. To each his own." Mako even accused Beyonce of stealing from him in her 7-Eleven music video. If you look at them side by side, he may have a point, but Mako was developing a reputation of a bitter, egotistical rapper who complains on the internet. He randomly took shots at his collaborators and label mates, the Migos. Mako felt the need to tell everyone that Skippa da Flippa invented the dab dance that the Migos were using in the song Pipe It Up, to which the Migos replied, "To flip a man is Migo family. OG Mako, let's see you set a trend." Then Mako said, "Half the rap game has already bit one of my flows or ad-libs. Let me see them album sales." Meanwhile, OG Mako has never had a gold album, let alone the dozens of platinum records the Migos have. Then he went after Lil Uzi when XXL tweeted, "Lil Uzi is rap's newest rock star." He tweeted, "Dudes don't just become rock stars. Somebody gotta show you the way. Stop playing with my name," with a picture of Uzi at an OG Mako show on stage behind him. Then Academic said, "You paved the way for Uzi?" Then Mako replied with dozens of tweets over the next hour trying to explain why he is so influential and Uzi was stealing his sauce. He also randomly took shots at Future. "I love Future, but I also understand Future has destroyed countless lives by making it cool to be a drug addict. People looking up to loser attitudes because this generation is afraid to strive for anything. It's y'all's fault all this lame ass shit is possible." Again, he may have a point here, but fans replied to Mako calling him a hypocrite since he raps about the same stuff. But Mako claimed he was dumbing down his music to blow up. "You guessed it, was not luck. It wasn't an accident. I made the dumbest song I possibly could on a beat full of bass and knew it would blow. I manipulated over 40 million minds and counting based on the exact same principles that I'm preaching."
I didn't know he was talking like this.
Say this. Now, Mako has always made more.
This is like your inner thoughts. Certain things you just can't really say out in the open like that, you know. And now that Patrick is showing all the receipts here, yeah, now this makes sense because it definitely comes off as like, bro, you're doing too much. You know what I mean? Like you're doing way too much. And you're right. In the music game, everyone's biting off each other. They're all jumping on, you know, oh, you got a hit record. If they don't jack the style of the beat and make their version of it, if they don't copy the flow, if they don't emulate the music video that was a hit, you know, like that's just how it is.
Conscious, focused music with substantial lyrics.
Like Jason, Michael, Freddie, and Iddy Amin after your civil syllable war, niggas should have been prepped before.
But a lot of his music was just mediocre, boring trap.
Get the cat, get the cat. Get the bag, get the bag. Ay, get the cat, get the cat.
Also, if he claims to be such a genius, why wasn't he able to do it again? During his brief moment of popularity, Mako consistently released music on SoundCloud, but nothing sounded anywhere near as innovative, fun, or interesting as you guessed it. His downfall was easily due to dissing rappers for absolutely no reason, non-stop complaining on Twitter, and trying so hard to take credit for the success of anyone else. Was he an innovator? Absolutely. But he spent too much time talking about how influential he was on Twitter rather than trying to create a legacy to maintain his career. But what happens when the reason a rapper blows up is the same exact reason why they had a downfall?
Oh.
On July 26th,
TK, man, this is a big one right here. He came and was locked up immediately.
2016, just a few weeks after his 16th birthday, SoundCloud rapper TK and 5 others conspired to rob a 17-year-old drug dealer, Zachary Belote. The crew broke into the house around 10 p.m., and the robbery went wrong, which led to the drug dealer's friend and roommate, Ethan Walker, being fatally shot. TK admitted during the police interrogation that he was not the shooter, but was there looking for drugs and money. He had been released from custody pending the trial and was placed on house arrest with an ankle monitor. For the next 7 months, TK sat in his room, making music, releasing it on SoundCloud, and built up a following. With no money for a lawyer and quickly approaching the hearing for the murder, TK infamously tweeted that he was tired of house arrest and the police were going to have to hunt him down. While on the run from the police, TK was very active on social media. Fans posted pictures and videos of him in public. But TK and his friends were desperate for money. He robbed a 65-year-old man named Skip Pepe at gunpoint in Arlington's Craven Park.
That's crazy.
He then attempted to rob a cameraman named Mark Anthony Saldivar in a Chick-fil-A parking lot. Mark began screaming for help as he tried to escape. Then TK hit him with the car before getting out, fatally shooting him and driving off. San Antonio police connected TK to the murder due to surveillance footage and posted wanted signs around the city. TK saw this as a marketing opportunity, posting pictures and videos with the wanted sign. He then dropped a song.
Yo, I didn't even know he was doing this. Like, this is actually outlandish. This is like, you're on the run and you're making music while you're on the run is crazy. And you took the wanted sign and took it is like it's a genius cover, but like at the same time, bro, they got you dead to rights. It's just a matter of when they catch up with you. I didn't know that was a thing. What's up, Deep? Welcome. It's sad. No, this ain't sad, bro. When you're at this level of I don't give a fuck, yeah, you gotta catch the fade. You're out of control.
called The Race on SoundCloud, which essentially told the story of him being a fugitive, robbing and killing people while on the run from the police. After filming and releasing the music video to The Race, TK was captured by US Marshals in Elizabeth, New Jersey. The shockingly true story led to the 17-year-old exploding in virality. The Race secured hundreds of millions of views on YouTube, reached number 44 on the Billboard Hot 100, and hashtag FreeTK became a movement supported by some of the biggest rappers in the game. He even signed a $700,000 record deal, but none of it mattered because he was behind bars. And in 2019, he was given a 55-year sentence after being found guilty of murder and 3 counts of aggravated robbery. Obviously, TK's downfall could have been prevented if he simply did not commit these heinous acts. But as bad as it sounds, none of us would even know about him if he didn't actually rob and murder people, then make songs about it while mocking the police on the run from the law. Rap fans glamorize this type of behavior because the music is, a lot of the time, violent and derogatory. So if you're gonna rap about it, fans want you to be about it. But the fans won't be the ones sitting in the jail cell. Pooh Shiesty is an example of someone who was heavily rewarded for his violent music. His song Back in Blood featuring Lil Durk was essentially a song about killing your enemies. This track would reach number 37 on the
It was about getting it back in blood, like retaliating, to be technical. I know, Patrick, you don't know the lingo, but it's okay, my boy, I got you. That was a big hood banger though. Back in Blood was a huge banger in the streets, bro. Huge. Most hated, what's up?
Billboard Hot 100 and secured himself as a promising new talent in hip-hop. But at this peak of his new career, he got arrested. Pooh Shiesty and his crew were at the King of Diamonds strip club in Miami, Florida. Allegedly, Shiesty had money taken from him, which led to major commotion in the club. Security acted accordingly and escorted Pooh Shiesty out of the club, but he forced his way back into the club and accidentally fired a handgun at a working security guard. Pooh Shiesty turned himself in on June 8th, 2021, and had his hearing the following day, where he would be denied bond. He would later be sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in prison on April 20th, 2022. He could have easily just left the club and let others go handle the money situation.
Bro let off one shot. I got him for 5 years. Sheesh, not worth it.
But maybe he felt the need to live up to his Back in Blood lyrics. I got my own fire, don't need security in the club. If you haven't noticed, rappers and shootings seem to be a very common trend that leads to their downfall. Tory Lanez is no different.
Tory. Oh, this one right here.
Many people still question if he is actually guilty of being the shooter. In 2020, Tory Lanez was at the peak of his career.
Look, how you gonna still wonder if he's actually guilty? Like, clearly he went before the courts, before a jury, and they found him guilty. That's it. You're guilty, you're guilty. Unless I find it hard to believe that 20 years from now, they go back and they revisit the case and they exonerate him. That doesn't happen often, man. You know what I'm saying?
His feature on Jack Harlow's What's Poppin' reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 while objectively
not the free
being
Tory.
The best verse. His album, The New Toronto 3, debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. He broke the record for the most live viewers in an Instagram Live during his quarantine radio show during the pandemic.
Hey, that quarantine radio though, that was some epic stuff. He was ahead of the pack with all of the quarantine stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was it. He would bring on those women and they'd be out there wilding on IG Live. Man's got banned a couple of times because some of the ladies had they nip slips and ass was all in the video. It was a wild time. If you weren't in like hip hop IG and you weren't on this, you ain't know, man. There was some wild shit that Tory, it was big. It kept everyone entertained while everyone was locked down. Anybody else remember this in chat? Y'all gotta wake up.
However, on July 12, 2020, he was arrested on a felony gun charge while out with Megan Thee Stallion after attending a small party at Kylie Jenner's house. The public was also informed that Megan had cut her foot on broken glass. Then 3 days later, she changed her story to say that she was shot in the foot. Then 1 month later, she said this.
Yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying.
Social media immediately took Megan's side. Tory remained silent about the allegations, but responded with lyrics on his album Daystar. How the fuck you get shot in your foot and don't hit no bones or tendons? How the fuck your team is trying to paint me as a whole menace?
Here's the problem where Tory went wrong, is that he started to fight it back he started to fight it back and trying to dog her in this, and I think that didn't do well for him at all. I think it just put a bigger target on his back. He handled this wrong from the beginning. Even if he didn't do it, he could have handled this way better by just doing a press statement, and do that shit like the official way, and not run to music to take shots at her. No pun intended. Because then the optics are just so much worse. And I think that played a big part in this whole situation and how the public perceived it. By and large, most people were riding with Meg and believed, what she was saying about it.
Delusional, like how that 1942 from Kylie house still got
Tory had it lit,
crazy, as well as also rapping about why he hasn't been nearly as vocal as Meg. Think I'm finna talk about an open case for some likes? Tory Lanez was charged with 1 count of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and 1 count of carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in October of 2020. Although Tory claimed he was being blackballed by the music industry, his career continued to thrive. He released 4 albums independently, which would all garner hundreds of millions of streams.
That boy was working as if he knew the day was coming. He had to put out this music. I gotta generate revenue while I'm locked up.
Received praise from LeBron James as well as dozens of other mainstream acts. Fans believed if it wasn't for this case, he would have been toe-to-toe with the biggest rappers in the game. But once we finally got the information from this trial, we would end up with more questions than answers. On July 12, 2020, Tory Lanez, his bodyguard Megan Thee Stallion, and her friend Kelsey Harris were attending a small gathering at Kylie Jenner's house. Megan testified that she lied to the police about the glass, lied to doctors, and basically lied about the entire situation out of fear. Her news story was pretty simple. She said that they had an argument, she exited the car, Tory leaned out of the passenger side door, said, "Dance, bitch," and shot her from 25 feet away in the back of the foot. Then Tory ran up to her apologizing, and she got back into the car so they could give her a ride home. The cops arrived when the neighbors reported the gunshots. Tory chose not to testify and defend himself, which he would later regret. Kelsey, Meg's friend, testified that Tory was trying to hook up with Kylie Jenner and Meg tried to convince him to leave the house. Meg was upset that Tory didn't want to leave, so she got into the car with Kelsey and drove almost all the way home before realizing she forgot her slipper and went back to Kylie's. They grabbed Tory the second time after Kylie allegedly told them to leave. In the car is when Tory admitted that he and Megan had been in a romantic relationship. Kelsey was shocked because Megan was the one who hooked up Tory and Kelsey in the first place. Kelsey also admitted that this was not the first time Meg had backdoored her when it came to men. Now we have a love triangle. And this is how the argument started.
Messy.
But Kelsey pleaded the fifth when it came to speaking about anything regarding the gun or shooting. The government offered her immunity, so she couldn't be charged with any crime even if she admitted to it. She still refused to speak. There was one witness, Sean Kelly, who saw the altercation from his balcony after being awoken by the arguing. Sean said he witnessed Kelsey get out from the back seat, open the front passenger door, and start physically fighting Megan in the front seat. He also said that the muzzle flash from the gun was closest to Kelsey. Much of his testimony was ignored because he couldn't identify the people by name since it was dark. He only said big man, small man, and 2 women. Nobody admitted to hearing the words dance bitch besides Megan. There was gunshot residue on Kelsey's hands and Tory's hands. Also after this night, Kelsey and Megan stopped being friends after being best friends for 7 years. When Tory was initially jailed, he called Kelsey and apologized multiple times to her. I know she's probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, I was just so drunk. I don't even...
This whole line that they caught on audio did not look good either. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like an omission of guilt. She left her slipper on, now she's Cinderella? I don't know. I said it once, said again, free Tory. Okay, all right. Chill out. He will be free, guys, in 7 years. How long is he locked up for? He'll be free. Don't worry about it. He'll come out.
Know what was going on.
And then I think they're going to deport his ass because now that he's I don't know if that's a felony charge, but he's from Canada. He's not a U.S. citizen, so I think they're going to deport his ass.
Or do some shit like that. Regardless, that's not going to make anything right, and that's not going to make my actions
Dallas, what's
right,
up, bro?
But I'm deeply sorry for that. I never even moved like that at all. People speculated Tory was apologizing for sleeping with both of the women and causing chaos. Others see this as an obvious admission of shooting the gun. Some people think it was Kelsey who was angry and shot Megan. Some people think Megan was the one who accidentally shot her own foot. Some people think that Kelsey pleading the fifth was her attempt to try to save both of them. But at the end of the day, the jury decided he was guilty. And because of that, Tory was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Oh, we got that dime piece. Oof. Yeah, he'll be out. Don't worry, guys. He'll be out. Well, this right here was definitely a really interesting video from Patrick CC covering some of these artists that come up and fell just as quick in some instances. Pretty wild, man. And the truth is like more artists than not experience this. They'll get one hit. That's why you have the term the one hit wonder. A lot of artists will have like that one hit, especially now when everything is so viral. Everyone gets a viral TikTok hit, but it doesn't equate to longevity as an artist. Few are able to take that one viral TikTok hit and translate it into an entire career. It is extremely difficult. One thing I could tell you about TikTok, this is from somebody that got over 350,000 followers on that platform, right? Is TikTok is a very, like the numbers almost don't even count. And I learned this pretty quickly. So when you look at these creators that have a couple million people following them, this does not imply that they actually have a community. Don't confuse or conflate the two things. You just have a lot of followers that just follow, but it doesn't mean that they are always there, and will show up to whatever it is you're doing or will support whatever you got going on. And that's very different from a lot of artists that you look at Kendrick or Drake or Travis Scott, J. Cole. You might not hear about them as much, but if they pop out with a show tomorrow, it's going to be packed. They have loyal fan bases. Like they have real fans. They have real communities of people that follow what they got going on, will support what they got going on and all this stuff. So it's very hard in today's age with music where everyone is, there's so much out there to consume and people's attention span is so short that to be an artist, the best thing you can do right now is to really lay the foundation to get a core community of people and fans that really rock with you the long way so that you can grow with them and they grow with you. And you add people as you keep growing through your music and releasing projects and all that stuff. Chasing, a lot of people, the mistake right now is that just chasing after a viral hit record. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen videos, like there's that one song by that guy named Amari, whatever, something. It's the Billie Eilish song. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. The Black Tea on Billie Eilish. It's got the Nori sample, the song. Basically use the same beat for it, whatever. Like that song was all over TikTok for a period of time. He got to deal with Def Jam. And then I saw videos of him performing it live. And you literally would see people would go crazy when the hook comes and they'd sing it along because they know from TikTok. But the minute he got into the verse and the lyrics, no one could understand it. Like no one like knew what he's talking about. Like, well, all right, we're just waiting for the hook again because they don't care. And that's a problem. And you will experience that if you are only chasing a viral TikTok hit. You got to build up your audience, man, more than just the little clip or the hook of whatever song you're trying to put out. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep it going. I need to, how long is this video? Oh, we can do this one. Unfortunately, y'all, my dumbass, mistakenly last week, I was in the gym and I left my AirPod case in my hoodie and I went to go wash my hoodie over the weekend. And all weekend long, like, yo, where are my AirPods? Where are my AirPods, right? So as you can imagine, I learned the hard way that these things are not washproof. And I need to get new AirPods, unfortunately, because these are busted. And if I don't have them when I go to the gym, I'm going to lose my mind because I listen to podcasts. I'm listening to other stuff while I'm working out. Helps to pass the time. So I need to run to Best Buy in a little bit. Yeah. Can I get a big fat rip for my AirPods? I know. Hey, real quick, if you're on, okay, we're good on TikTok and IG. Guys, real quick, if you really want to fuck with me, if you're on TikTok, you're on IG, if you want to come get the full experience, man, if you really rock with me, I know you guys like the funny short stuff I post up there, but come check out more of the content. Come over to Kick. It's where I stream. Kick.com, kick.com/djmoondawglive. And all of my videos from the streams, the highlights, all that good stuff, and the full length streams are all on my YouTube channel on YouTube, djmoondawglive. So same username, djmoondawglive on kick.com and on YouTube. Come through, follow, watch on Kick, sub on YouTube, and check out more of the content. And I definitely appreciate it. All right, let's keep it going. Put them some in rice. I don't think the rice is gonna help. Yeah, these are far gone, man. Now I gotta go sell some feet pics to get a goddamn new AirPods. All right, y'all. We are back with Bodycam Watch. Check out the YouTube channel at Bodycam Watch on YouTube. This one is a 19-year-old learns how shoplifting becomes a felony. Oop, sounds like this is gonna be interesting. Let's take a look and see what happens in this video.
On October 16, 2021, officers responded to a call from Walmart concerning 3 women attempting to shoplift.
You're hilarious. Come here. Come here. Put your hands right back right now. Put your hands right back. I already told you. What did I do? We're going to figure it out in a second, but why are you running through this parking lot?
I was
Come
looking
here.
for him, yeah.
Sit.
I didn't have it
Sit.
in my bag. I offered to
Sit.
I offered to go back through I was self-checkout, looking and he for was like,
her.
the cops
Sit
are
down.
on the way.
Okay. Sit down, you two. Where's the other one?
She's in the store.
Look.
We have a receipt.
So the
for her.
reason that y'all are darting out, sit against the car,
I
please.
didn't start out, sir.
The reason that y'all all are supposed to stay there
Yes.
when they were talking to y'all, and then you decided you were going to try and step off.
The cops. So I
Right.
offered to go back through the line to get a receipt, and he said he was calling the cops. So I just left the cart and left. Because I don't cops for what, you know?
Charlie 49 Central. I have 2 detained. That's all.
I asked him if he wanted me to go back through the checkout line, and he said no.
Okay, then why is she running?
I was looking for her. I thought she went over there.
She was right behind you. Stop.
I wasn't running. We weren't trying to.
Can you stop with the voice, please? Am I speaking to you in a calm tone? I'm speaking to you in a calm manner.
Right. Never been in trouble in my life.
Can you stop messing with your purse, please? Just zip it up. I'm good with it. Which car is yours? Which car is yours?
It's a Honda.
Where it at?
Where's the Honda?
I didn't know where I parked at.
Y'all lost it? Let me take a seat with everybody else, please. Sanford? What's your address?
Orlando.
What brings you up here?
I'm sorry.
What brings you up here?
I live with them. That's just the address on my.
You can sit down. Chill. What about you? Take your hand out from under your shirt, please. You're bugging me.
He's got 2 detained on a shoplifting at Walmart.
Not shoplifting at Walmart. Oh no. Is it Florida? I think it is Florida, yeah.
Does anybody have any weapons or anything sharp on them at all? No? Okay, let me see your bag real fast. Why is it all small denominations?
What do you mean? Once I'm a dancer, sir.
Ah.
Yeah.
No. He said, why you got small denominations? Oh, damn.
Turn your pockets out for me. Just put everything on the car. Oh, there you go. Let me see your bag real fast. You can put that stuff back in your. Actually, no, just leave it right there for a sec. Is this good or something?
I don't know. I never tried.
The blue Takis, bro. Them Takis are it's horrible. How do people eat that shit? It is pure salt, ugh, and it makes your mouth look disgusting.
Find out. Okay.
She says she's a dancer. Yeah, she says she's a dancer.
Okay. Seat's good. Turn your pockets.
I don't got pockets.
You don't have pockets? Nothing at all?
No.
Okay. Come on, can you step forward, just around the bag? Okay. Does anybody have any outstanding warrants?
Wait, well, how does he have her in handcuffs, but the other ones are not? That's kind of fucked up. That's kind of messed up.
No?
I've never been in trouble in my life. I'm going to be honest with you, I just got arrested.
Last year calling transport, repeat ready.
So I went to court, just got out.
Okay. Why are you drawing their license?
I didn't know it was, I had failure to pay that I didn't know about.
Okay.
19 years old, and that was my first time.
So, real quick. Yeah. They were all together for
all 3 of them.
Okay.
Yep. So what happened was pink, like this one right here. She was buying a drink or whatever. The other 2 were standing up at the customer host with the cart, talking to the customer host in the front of the store. So once the other girl was done checking out, she met up with 2, and they all 3 proceeded out the door. The one with the pink hair was pushing the cart inside the store.
They were all 3 of them were participating?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
all putting everything in the bags.
Okay. All right. So this is what's up. Everybody's right now under arrest for shoplifting, okay? No one's free to leave. All right, Mom, you're going to take a seat inside the car for me.
Is that her? Is that their mother?
How many times you got in trouble for shoplifting? Never? All right, then you're not going to jail then. Okay, well, it's always the first time, right? Sit down. What do you all have to do back
in there?
Okay, well, you can't be out here stealing shit, right? It's frowned upon, right? Can you keep your shirt down, please?
She's trying to, hey, yo, she's starting to slightly show more body, bro. Yo, she's trying to finesse and see if, like, can I put on a show for you right here in the parking lot, officer? You don't even got to tip me anyone's. It's complimentary. What? You notice that? She's ever so slightly rubbing on herself, raising up the shirt. She really gonna try and pull out anything she can at this point.
That's not how that shit works.
I didn't pay for it. I told him, can I go back?
That's not how that shit works. You know that, right? Stealing is stealing. No, but y'all, when y'all sitting in my car, you're not gonna just be out here free doing whatever you want.
I'm under arrest.
Yeah, I told you all that.
So I'm going to jail.
What part of? Okay.
Yes.
What did I just say to her?
I didn't.
Okay. Well, I don't think that y'all are going to jail right now. Well, I'm gonna run y'all's criminal history, and if you guys have been stealing shit for a bunch of times, then that is kind of what it is. So now. So you stopped. Why'd you?
I ain't gonna lie, the cop is a little sassy, bro. He's a little sassy. Just you know what I'm saying?
You stopped.
Because I had my receipt, I had just paid for my shit. I thought they already paid for it. But I was at the first register, like when you walk in, it's the first register.
My man had to go get the extra cuffs.
Take that sweater off. Do you have anything in here? No? Okay.
I'm surprised he didn't
One
call.
more.
I'm surprised he didn't call for a female officer to come down to pat him down. Like, that's kind of crazy. Because he can't
Y'all
do it.
fucking with me, huh? I had to fill my whole car. I'm gonna turn around and just pull right up over here. We're gonna see what happens as far as what all the totals were for everything and figure everything out, and then from there we'll determine what's going on.
Oh yeah, by the way, I think it's like if it's $500 or more, and this could be state specific, but I think it's like over $500, it becomes a felony, and that's a major L. Sassy sheriff, yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Wow, that's a felony. Yeah. See, if you're gonna steal, y'all, you gotta know how much you could take any given. You gotta do under $500. You gotta be like at $499.99 and then walk out the door and get hit with a misdemeanor. They're definitely getting hit with the felony of theft on that one. It's just shy of a stack. You're going in.
949. No, I don't think so.
They said no, it's over 1K. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I think it's state specific too.
God damn.
Yo, look at the list of things they tried to steal. Are you kidding me? What did they have in the cart? Bro, I've never had a receipt look like that, even on a day where I needed to stock up on stuff. Never. Never.
Why isn't it never just like one large item?
What car do they come in? Did you ask them?
It's a Honda. It's over there somewhere.
There's nothing in there.
Well, our concern is it possibly being left here for a while. So,
Are you serious?
well, due to the amount.
I literally asked them if they could, please, I can't go to jail. My mom is in the hospital. Like, I have a baby. I have a 1-year-old daughter. Please,
Now you see what you've done? So essentially what happened is you guys stole too much stuff, and so now you guys have taken away my ability to be cool about it.
pay for it.
That's not how it works. Y'all know that, right?
I do not. I'm literally begging. I'm 19.
I'm empathetic to that, but at the same time, y'all stole a bunch of shit.
I know, and we'll pay it. I don't even we will pay it. Are you really gonna take this to jail?
Yeah, I have to.
Please.
It's a felony.
I will.
Hold on. If someone did some felony shit to your family, you'd want them to go to jail, right?
I understand. Please, we've never been in trouble like this. Please, can you just give us one chance, please?
Baby, give me one more chance. Yo, they throwing. Oh, this is tough. They took way too much. And this cop is cursing a lot. Yeah, he's sassy. He a sassy cop. He really is. But let him walk out showing my receipt for some body wash. They would chase me down. Is it because they got the body wash or because you smell too good with the body wash? They got you all chased down.
You can have all the money in my purse.
No face, what's up?
Y'all need to stop because we're gonna tread towards robbery, and I'm not trying to do it. Please stop. Stop, guys. Please stop. We all have to be adults about this. Y'all made an adult decision to do something, and y'all messed up.
You gotta pat him down.
I don't know how many I'm allowed to transport, but I got 3 back here right now.
That's how many you fit, right?
Yeah.
That's max.
That's the end of my handcuffs too.
Yo, imagine being locked up in the back seat and the cops are just laughing and shit in the front. Like, you gotta be sick. You gotta be sick to your stomach, man. The cops just run up laughing. Oh, you got a full car back there. Yeah, I sure do. I had to use all my extra cuffs. Like, oh man, you down bad for real.
Shit, $1,000 worth?
That's a well. Before taxes, it's like 940 something.
That's a felony, my boy.
Yep.
Look at them. That's a felony, my boy. They're clowning.
Where you guys like run for a base and then like.
Did you search him?
You ran. No, I didn't search. I had them turn out their car.
So first we gotta find out which car is theirs.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he looks like, yeah. Now that I see his face, he definitely looks sassy. Definitely sassy.
Who drove here? You drove here? Yeah, I drove. Where's your car? It's over here. Blue Honda. Are you guys towing it? Yeah. Blue Honda what? No, I'll have somebody come get it. Blue Honda what? A Honda CRV. Please don't tow year? My car. It's a 2011. 2011.
I ain't gonna lie. I would have just been like, nah, they didn't drive down here. I would have just told him nothing.
Blue Honda CRV.
At that point.
Okay. My car. They'll come get it. I promise. Somebody will come get it. Please. See, the thing is you lost the privilege to kind of run things how you want to when you try to steal almost $1,000 worth of things from Walmart. So, who's it registered to? I'll go find that car.
They need to separate their stolen items individually. That's actually smart. That I would have been like, no, I only stole this. That's not my stuff. I wonder if maybe in court they would have to try and argue that with a lawyer. But yeah, the cops are just gonna bag them all together.
Give them the tag. You're gonna head out?
I was just gonna take them to 4, and because they're like losing their minds, I gotta go to the bathroom, all that bullshit.
Oh, yep, that's fine. I'll take care of this. You need anything?
Bro, this guy swears a lot.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think I got it.
I can't think of anything else.
All right, so I'll just find that.
Here. Oh, nope, this way.
Get my bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab all that and I'm gonna confer with you guys what all is what because all your shit kind of got lobbed together for a second. Set up.
Not the paddy wagon.
I never seen the inside of this before.
I'm gonna try to.
It's hot as fuck in here.
Slow down, please.
This
No, we're just gonna do one at a time.
This is so funny.
Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. I'll hit you the door.
You're gonna bring our phones and stuff, right?
Yeah. What? Yep. Female segregated from males by sight and sound. Come on. Up. Like I was telling the other ones. Step. I want to hit you with the door. Keep going. I'm going to bring all y'all stuff, and then I'm going to separate everything into individual bags. Okay?
They're having a good old time in the back seat. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. They got hemmed up. They got hemmed up so bad. Oh, they all getting the same charge. Yeah, I would have. I don't know how you don't. Here's where they went wrong. Let's break this down from the criminal perspective here. If you're gonna go in there with 2 of your peoples to go steal stuff, if you don't know what the limits are to say, okay, after this amount, it's a felony. You already made the first mistake. You have no business going in here to steal nothing because you're just setting yourself up. You know, you want to, if you had to do it, if you wanted to go steal, you need to stay underneath that cap. You know what I mean? you need to break up your thieving days over a period of time if you want to accumulate a bunch of stuff. Because if you do it all at once, you're catching the felony grand theft. Second mistake is that they did it all together. If you're gonna do this, you need to go in individually so that you don't blow. And look, they all went down together in one swoop. Not one of them was like, I wasn't involved in this. They didn't have like a fall person. They didn't agree nothing. This is what happens when people want to be criminals. They don't have any criminal experience. They didn't bother to go fucking watch a YouTube video on how to fucking steal, because you know everything's out there. And not that I'm condoning it, but I'm saying is if you're gonna be a criminal, like at least learn how to be a criminal before you do criminal acts. Like, it's wild to me. These three right here, just oblivious, and they caught a major L as a result. I don't feel sorry for them. You steal from Walmart, you're not a criminal with a plan. Yeah, exactly. So funny. Don't go over $300 because that will get you jail time. Under that, you can get probation and community services. And, you know, again, you got to remember, y'all, this is all state specific. Every place is going to be a bit different with those numbers. What determines misdemeanor theft from grand theft felony, and all of that stuff. Plus, if you got priors, that's going to factor into it. You know, overall, just don't steal. How about that part? You know what I'm saying? Here from the Miguel vid. Welcome. All right, let's where we at with time? 7:40. Do I have time for one more? We saw that. We're gonna have to watch that tomorrow. Yeah, that's too long, I think. And we watched the GTA trailer. So I think, let's see here. What I'm gonna do, y'all, is I need to run out. I gotta go to the store because I gotta get these replaced. And they close at 9. So I need to run out to go do that, do dinner. What I'm gonna do though is, let me see what time. I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna do a night stream, an after hour stream on Kick. So for those y'all that are on TikTok and IG, come through, follow me on kick.com, KICK.com. And you can see right here above me, the URL right there, djmoondawglive. Follow my live stream channel. We're going to get into some stuff later on tonight with that. We'll have more funny videos. Let me tell you about the video I'm going to drop tomorrow, the funny video. I'm going to tell y'all that over the last couple of days, I have not received so many people DMing me the video to react to as the one I'm going to put out tomorrow. The one I'm gonna put out tomorrow has the chance to get me banned because it's some people will probably be offended by it and take it as if I am making fun of someone that is rather big. But it's not me. I'm just reading the comments to that video. I'm just reading the comments. That's it. Anyway, that one might get taken down and or get me some kind of a ban or community guideline strike. I really don't know. The point I'm trying to make here though, y'all, is it takes a lot for me to do the dark humor stuff that I know you guys really, really like. So make sure you stay connected with me on Kick. I also have a Discord. If you want to get the Discord to join the Discord with the rest of the community, come on over to Kick and type !Discord to get the link to join it. I'll also put it on my IG channel for you guys to grab it off of there and all of that stuff. And as always, you appreciate the content, you enjoy it, you can always sub, gift a sub, you can bless the Cash App, but definitely drop a bomb and shout you out for the love. It's always appreciated, y'all. It takes a lot of time and effort to put these together, to make y'all laugh each day. I try anyway, put some up every day. It takes a lot of work. And if you appreciate it, if it brightened up your day, feel free to bless your boy, and it's greatly appreciated. And like I said, I'm gonna hit you back on that and show love. You know what I'm saying? So, what time you can't go over? I gotta run out now so I can get there before they close, and then come back. So if I leave now, I should be back by like 9 my time or so, and then I'm gonna come back on a live stream. But I won't be on IG or TikTok. It's just gonna be on Kick. You know what I'm saying? So come on through, man. We thank you, Moon. Really, El Dallas. I appreciate that, bro. Much love, man. Stream highlights did go up on the YouTube channel. Check those out. If I don't see some of y'all later on for the stream, the late night stream, then I will see you guys on Wednesday. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow. I got a bunch of stuff I got to do this week, so stream schedule might be a little goofy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But for the rest of the fam on Kick, I'll see y'all in a little bit. Tanny said, "Hey, MoonDawg from Puerto Rico." Tanny, what's up? Welcome. Come on over to Kick. Make sure y'all follow me there so we can stay connected. I'm sorry you kind of catching me on the back end of the stream. Sorry. But if you guys missed anything from those streams for tonight, it's on my YouTube channel. It's going to be live right there. As soon as I end the stream, you can watch it all back. And holla at your boy. Slide into DMs if you need any of the links to anything I'm talking about. I'll DM me, say, yo, Moon, where's the link at to join it? And I'll DM you back with it. You know what I'm saying? Go to Walmart. Yo, imagine me going to Walmart trying to take some AirPods. They less than $500. I'm just going to catch a ticket. You hyped for GTA 6? Yeah, man. Absolutely. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I just want to see the dark humor. The thing about the dark humor, y'all, is that when I do it, it almost always gets flagged. It gets demonetized, so I can't make any revenue off of it, or they take it down. So if I'm going to do dark humor, I need to figure out a way where I can get it to like make it more exclusive. Maybe for subscribers, it's bonus content. Maybe I do a Patreon, you know what I'm saying? And make it like $2 a month or some shit like that. Cause it's really, you know, I just need an outlet for it, because if I put it on the regular channels, they're going to get flagged. People complain. Everyone's sensitive and shit. I haven't figured it out just yet. You know what I mean? But 86. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. It was an honor, sir. Bye from Kurdistan. Sebri, much love, brother. Be safe out there, man. When you going to do another gameplay? Tonight. We're going to do another gameplay tonight. We're going to do GTA roleplay tonight. Matter of fact, I got my character, Uncle Rich. Y'all gotta come meet him. He's fucking hilarious. Tanny, I love you, dark humor. Tanny, if you love my dark humor, you're gonna love the rest. I'm trying to gas you up a little bit. Right? You're gonna love the after hour streams. You should come by on Kick. If you guys don't know, the link is above me on the video. You can see it up there. Come follow through, meet everyone else. We get wild after hours because I can say whatever I want on Kick. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate, and I'm glad that you like the dark humor and it makes you laugh. You know what I'm saying? Joel, what's up? Nurse Dark Humor. What do you mean, Nurse Dark Humor? Is Unk getting a job tonight? Unk's job is hustling in these streets. Also, oh, you reminded me. I'm trying to get a cop character. I need to follow up on that. I need to hit up my boy in one of the servers to find out what's up about being a cop. Let me see. Oh, shit. All right, I just sent the message off to my homie. All right. Apple way too expensive. I mean, I'm too deep in the Apple ecosystem, bro. That's how they get you. Why not buy some other earbuds like Jabra or Sony? They're great earbuds too. Cause, bro, I mean, I don't know. Why? Cause, I mean, I like these. They just work for me. You got the Raycons, the Ray J ones. Are they any good? I always thought they were kind of. And Ray J, my dog. My God, y'all. I got a Ray J story. Remind me later tonight, and maybe maybe we'll see how lit you guys are. Because if the energy's right on the after hour stream, where I go crazy, I see ain't there while we talk crazy, freaky, wild. It's a good time. I'll see if the energy's right later on tonight. Maybe I'll share with y'all a Ray J story I got. That's my dog though. Ray J's a fucking party. Well, he was. I don't know about these days anymore, but. All right. Bro, the Special Olympics soccer game got me dying. Yeah. Hey, go check out the new video I put up today on my TikTok, IG. All I can say is say a prayer before you watch it, because you're going to go to hell, okay? You're going to go to hell. All right. That's it. I'll be back on later on. Again, come on over. Fuck with me the long way and the strong way on kick.com/djmoondawglive. I'll be live there in like a little over an hour. I'm going to run out to Best Buy. It's not too far from me. I'm going to run out, come back, and then I'll be right back in this seat, and we'll be doing some GTA roleplay and shit. All right. Living the high life. Hey, like, nah, man. All right, y'all.